Hi, I must be Jim. Oh, all right then. You're probably wondering why I called you here.
I've got lots of questions from kids, so I'm going to try and get them out. From Con, who's 10, and Bex, who's 6. So I'll start with Bex's first of all. What voice do you like doing best, Pooh or Tigger? Because I couldn't choose which is my favourite.
Oh, bother. I was afraid you would ask a tough one. Well, I don't know. I think I like them both. They're tied for first place.
Hard to say. Both of them. I you know, they're both in their own sort of category. So Pooh usually goes first, if that helps.
Perfect.
Why is Pooh so obsessed with honey?
Well, someone has to do it. It's a tough job.
The real questions there.
Hard hitting.
What's your favourite Winnie the Pooh character ever?
Oh, Winnie the Pooh character ever? Well, I don't know. Winnie the Pooh. My favorite Winnie the Pooh character would have to be, by definition, Winnie the Pooh.
Why do you like
My favorite Tigger character is, take a wild guess. Tigger, you're good. See, yes. No, but yeah, they're both my buddies. Actually, I when I was a kid, I kind of liked Eeyore. Go fig. The Lord plays cruel jokes on us.
Bex wants to know, why do you think Winnie the Pooh likes honey so much?
Oh, here we go again. I know what you're thinking. There's a substance abuse joke in there somewhere. Just knock it off. Will you just leave the bear alone? I don't know. Why wouldn't he? I'll have you know that when they discovered Tutankhamun in ancient Egypt, which didn't used to be ancient, it was fresh when they buried it. Ancient honey was in there, and was it edible? Show of hands. Yes, it was edible. Any other questions? I mean, that says it all. Good enough for King Tut, Pooh. I get them confused.
Moving away from Winnie the Pooh, you went into a galaxy far, far away and voiced a character there.
That's true. Hondo Onaka Pooh.
Exactly.
Hondo Pooh Naka.
You see, there's a reference wherever you go.
Yes, that's true. Yes, yes. I'm busy. Yeah. I love Hondo. He's one of my favorite characters. He hasn't been around maybe but for the last 8-9 years, and he seems to be everybody's favorite lovable rogue. I'll take it.
Was it good bringing him back for Rebels?
Oh, it was very good, especially since none of us were even allowed to audition for roles in it. Well, if you were in Clone Wars, you can't. Like, oh, really? Oh. However, Hondo, and I went, yes. So, good enough for, if it keeps George Lucas happy, I'm happy to make him happy.
Of course, a whole new generation of children are about to discover Winnie the Pooh for the first time with the live-action film.
And rightly so.
Can you talk a little bit about what you think fans can expect from this new adventure for Pooh?
Yes, but then I would have to kill myself. No, you're never going to believe this. He still likes honey. Any other questions? Well, that worked.
Tom, is it harder to voice Winnie the Pooh in a live-action version of the film?
No. Nope. It's about the same. You know, it's this will be a little more sedate, Winnie the Pooh, because it's you know, he. Gee, I realize I'm gonna have to get really generic here, aren't I? We're not supposed to be talking about this stuff yet, but it's okay. No, it's as far as harder, or maybe it's easier. You know, he doesn't sing. We don't sing on this one. I don't think I'm letting anything out of the bag there. But, oh wait, I take that back. Or do I? He said mysteriously. No, I don't know. No, it's not necessarily harder. It's a lot of fun, and we're really happy about it, and we're all working our guts out, and hope everybody likes it.
So what's it like working on the set for the movie? Like, is it any different from doing recordings for...
Oh, well, you know what? I actually wasn't on the set, but I was on the soundstage, you know. But no, I wasn't out in the woods. That was we laid down a guide track first, then they cut it up and used it for this scene, for that scene, for this scene, for that scene, and then a lot of times they'd be pinch hitting. It would be the puppeteer who was on set. It was, you know, doing it set of different lines for perhaps this reaction or that reaction. A lot of work, a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I think for so many people, the magic of Winnie the Pooh has always been the warmth and a sense of nostalgia that it always seemed to have. Do you think that perhaps means something different in 2018, and that this new film reflects that?
Well, yeah, it's a good question. That there is a nostalgic quality to it. I think, right from at first blush. I mean, even for me, when I was a kid, in the very, very first ones, Sterling Holloway and Paul Winchell were playing those characters, and they get me, and you'd think I'd be over it by now, but I'm not. It's it's a nostalgic thing, and it feels good. It's like I think it's kind of a pipeline to, no matter how old you are now, you could feel like it was when you were 5 or 8 or 10 or, and it's a safe, secure pipeline to childhood, and I think that's a universal feeling of universally loved, assuming you weren't Charles Manson's kid, say. So, there are exceptions, I'm sure, but yeah.
As a voice actor, how did you get your start?
By being really, how did I get my start? I was just really annoying. We don't have dolphins here, Mr. Cummings. Thank you very much. Well, they have dolphins there now, and I just got kicked out of class a lot, and then I was always in plays and always in a band, and I always sang and always had weird character voices, and it all comes together. Now I get to hang out with you guys. So.
And when you're in possession of so many iconic voices, I'm curious, do you ever use them in your own life? Are there any other situations where you use them for nefarious purposes or amusing purposes?
Only for pure evil. Yes. Yes, and well, no. Actually, I don't. The closest I ever had that was when we were doing a cartoon. My first, not a cartoon, a toy. My first interactive Pooh. And it was one of those things I had to say like the same names, not the same name, but 26,000 names, like from the world over, because there were stories that were going to be downloaded. And it was Esquire magazine gave it their Dubious Achievement of the Year award just for the name, my interactive Pooh. Yeah, how about that? You got to be careful. It's like Shih Tzu is the name of a dog too. Go, Anyway, that was bad. But so that was interesting, and I would come home at the end of the day, and he'd be saying, Shatonzi, Shaniqua, Shamoni, Shigingi, and then I answered the phone, hello, no, wait, sorry, no, but it was just from overkill, so I don't really do that. I did it maybe once or twice in my first of my career, and then I would leave a answering machine on my phone. Then you leave, and then you come back, and there's 70 messages on there. That's really cool, and you don't even know who it is. It's just some goober in an office. I got this phone number, and doesn't it sound like DarkWing Duck? At least not on mine. I'll do it on yours. That'll teach you.
This is Con's last question. Tigger uses his tail for bouncing. If you had a tail, what would you use it for?
Bouncing.
What was it like working with George Lucas and Dave Filoni?
Who? No, it's great. No, they're both really cool guys. I don't really work on it per se with George. I work for him.
Okay.
Anytime. but
Dave's
a great guy. Yeah, I know, he's so handsy. You too, huh? No, he's a great guy. He's a great director. Oh, well, they both are. I mean, obviously, but I'm just honored, honestly, that George noticed me in this world of his. Because Hondo somehow stuck around and still has in a lot of people's hearts. So I'm grateful for that, and it's all because I would say Dave Filoni was also so generous, and they would just let me go with the character. Taylor Gray's downstairs, and he played Ezra, in Rebels, and sometimes it was just, we would just completely not rewrite the scene, but redo it with just separate, different words and different intentions, and it would come out a little differently. And they go, "That's okay, we'll keep that." So, that's nice. That they let you stretch like that, and every now and then they can keep it and use it. And so.
And you also work with James Arnold Taylor, who's here as well.
I'm sorry.
Also work with James Arnold Taylor, who's here as well.
Oh yes, yes.
Is everyone back?
Absolutely, Obi-Wan. Yeah, it's his Ewan McGregor is so insanely good. I remember when I first heard it, I said, "Geez, he's cheating. He's not doing an impression. He's channeling Ewan McGregor. Ewan probably can't speak, while James is there's something outre. There's something macabre at work here.
Voodoo magic.
Yeah, voodoo magic. I'm sure that when James is recording Obi-Wan, Ewan can't speak."
Well, speaking of voodoo magic, tell us a little bit about like DarkWing Duck and your experience on that, because that's another cult show.
Yeah, I love DarkWing. He was great. The Terror That Flaps in the Night. It was. I always tell the story that speaking of ad-libbing and everything, about maybe 7 or 8 shows in, DarkWing would always have his trademark. I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the bug that splatters across the windshield of crime. I am DarkWing Duck. Well, about 5 or 6, 10 shows in maybe, they would write, I am the terror that flaps in the night. It doesn't matter what I write here. Jim's going to make something else up anyway. I am DarkWing Duck. And so it was just a ball. It was one of those guys that, I say that Tad Stones is his father, and Ginny McSwain, their voice director, was his mother, and I guess I'm their proud little boy. And it's great because it was one of the first ones that I came up with the character, the sound of the character myself. That wasn't there before I got there, and I just love him. And people pick up on him, and it's crazy. There'll be I'll be at a convention like today, and a 7-year-old will come up and he's dressed like DarkWing Duck, and I was thinking, okay, well that was off the air about 13 years before you were born, so and the dad will be there. Yeah, we're raising him right, see? And he's got a stack of DarkWing comic books and DVDs. Like, yes, you are, Launchpad. Keep up the good work. So it's a ball, and he just made a splash back again in DuckTales just recently. Did a little cameo, and so we're going to see what happens.
Hopefully they'll spin it up, because they've done a lot of like reboots now. So,
and rightly so. I know. Nothing would please me more. I love the guy.
Yeah, me too. It's one of my favorite shows.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad. Yeah. Yes.
With the sort of voodoo theme, how was it working on The Princess and the Frog? Sort of for that kind of big, giant Disney princess.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I loved it because New Orleans is my adopted hometown. I moved there when I got out of high school, and I was a deckhand. That's how I got the job. I can promise you. I was a deckhand on a riverboat, and so many of the guys down in folks from in America born in Louisiana, they're born there, but English is their second language. They got that Cajun French out there, and they make that Bluetooth. What did he say? And I was out, like I say, I was a kid. I was a deckhand on a riverboat. One of those bucket list things I want to get out of my way. And it's changed a lot since Mark Twain's wrote about it, trust me. But I was the only one out there for whom English was his first language. And but they were all born, and it's an odd accent, the Cajun accent. People say, well, it's from the South, so you sort of think it's going to be somebody like that down there. It might be from Mississippi or somewhere. But it's not like that at all. It's a very different one. They are there like that in the bayou. And in fact, I used the first riverboat captain, Léonce Leblanc, for my prototype for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leatherhead. He was the Cajun alligator. And I said, the Cajun alligator, ooh. So I just did the guy, and it's a perfect impression of him, by the way. Thank you. Nobody will ever know this guy, so it's cool. What's he gonna do? Sue me? So, but I finally got to use that, the Cajun accent, and it was great. I was just positive Harry Connick Jr. was going to get it because he's a face and he's cuter and more talented and stuff like that. But I ended up getting it, and I was so happy for it because my little girl Gracie, you know, I have two adopted younger girls who adopted me. And you couldn't have told her she wasn't Princess Tiana. She looked just like her. Well, at the 4-year-old version at the time, you know, this is end of 2009, and it was, so there was that, and then I mean, it even had food. You know, it had Mardi Gras floats in it. I designed and painted Mardi Gras floats for a few years in New Orleans, and you know, a Cajun accent. I get to sing this great song, and bug Randy Newman into writing the second one because come on, we got to have a Cajun song in here. He wrote Evangeline, and that was it. And I said, "You come on, we have a lightning bug, and he's a Cajun. We got to get some Zydeco." So we're going to take you down, going to take you down, and we finally got that one in, and it's one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. and I ad-libbed my little girl Lulu in there right before I pick up the concertina, the squeeze box. I do, "All right, Lulu." And that's my little girl's name. Yeah, my pleasure. Is that it? Are we? Yeah, I could tell. I could tell by. I could tell he's the equivalent of music playing on the radio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good time.
Mystery.